Testing.
You got 6 minutes.
Oh, it's really delayed. Way delayed.
It's like super
That's
delayed.
like 5 minutes delayed.
Oh, yeah, so it's not going at the very end.
Yeah, I can.
Don't leave till Sunday. You said it not to them. Okay, good.
Well.
We get all your mics on. And you test.
Test. Can you hear me? I can hear me. Lance can hear me. Can you hear me? See?
Sibilance, 1, 2, 3.
Do I get my gavel?
Yeah, sure.
I feel like tonight we might. Is there a drawer?
Whatever.
I mean, hopefully when we need it, somebody else is sitting here, but. I might need to do right-handed, like. So I don't miss.
Right.
I'm not a left-handed guy. Okay.
It's too hard.
You been good?
Okay.
Have you been good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, things were good.
I see you driving sometimes.
I just heard you say you don't do that, I'm like.
Instruction.
Oh, okay.
Come on. Yeah, hobby that's been taking my time.
Hey, you seem to pick up your hobby and do that.
Yeah, so.
Your snowflake things, the things you were coming, remember? When you did that?
Oh, yeah. You mean all at once? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I see.
Okay.
Or 7 by my count.
That's about. All right, we'll go ahead and get started. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Planning Commission, South Weber, on February 12th, 2026. And we will start with the Pledge of Allegiance led by me. I pledge allegiance
To the flag, of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We're going to move into public comment. We did receive several that were done via email, so we have read and gone through those as well, just in case those people aren't here tonight. And I just asked that, so the rules for this, you will limit it to 3 minutes per person. Please no remarks from the audience. If you feel like you need to have a sidebar conversation, please step out of the building. And then we'll hold it to strict 3 minutes just due to the amount of people here. And please just state your name and city before you start, and there will be no response from us. This is just you guys having a chance to comment to us. And with that, we will open, do I need to, we should open it, right? Open public comment. Yeah.
Paul Sturm, South Weber City. My public comments tonight are on the Quick Trip proposal. I'm extremely frustrated to see that many questions raised by both citizens and Planning Commission, as shown in the 15 Jan 26 minutes, were barely addressed either by the South Weber City staff or the developer. With many unanswered questions, I do not see how this proposed development can proceed until they are answered. Now my comments on the packet itself. There are conflicting statements on the Quick Trip involvement, and the extractions come from the packet itself. Mr. Evans noted that UDOT had been contacted. And the bottom line on that is that Quick Trip would be making the changes that were expressed. But later on, a Quick Trip representative, Brian, explained that the future of the roundabout would be based on the development of the land adjacent to it in the future. In the top box, it stated Quick Trip would comply with the traffic study. In the second box, it states that the compliance will only occur after the west parcel is developed. Which is it? Agenda item 6, page 29. Of grave concern with the diagram on page 29 is the proposed crosswalks across 2700 East, both at 7800 and South Weber Drive. There are several issues with these crosswalks. At the 7800, 2700 intersection, the 78 has a blind area with traffic heading north after the canal bridge, as well as a winter hazard when the canal bridge freezes. And then downward in a downward curve. All you see is a two-dimensional representation. In 3D, it has more concerns. Several cars slide through this curve each year and would end up in the proposed QT field or U-turn areas. This intersection is also a bus stop for elementary, junior high, and high school. The QT project would impact all three. Has Davis County Schools been involved in these safety discussions? 3, of interest is that with either a roundabout or raised median, there would be extensive construction along 2700 East that it will shut it down for some time, necessitating approximately 10 to 15% of South Weber City's population to detour through many subdivisions to access 2100 East to get to South Weber Drive to exit South Weber City. Also, what happens during an evacuation event? Is it worth it?
That's 3 minutes, Paul.
Oh, just one thing. I predict that with proposed crosswalk locations, there will be a serious injury or a fatality within 2 years. No one wants to see this. The rest of it you can read in the notes.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Jeff Eddings, 2645 East, 7800 South Weber. First, I'd like to thank the Planning Commission for serving the citizens of South Weber and hearing and considering my public comments. My public comments are about the proposed Quick Trip development. It is my opinion and the opinion of many of the residents of South Weber that another gas station or convenience store is not wanted or warranted on the east side of town, especially in the proposed location. A new gas station would be better suited on the west side of town where there currently is none. Due to the fact that the proposed development is situated next to a residential area, I feel a better suited business would harmonize and resonate with the neighbors and the residents would be an establishment that is typically closed at night and on the weekends, and one that doesn't generate a ton of additional traffic, especially traffic that is comprised of Class 8 trucks. However, I know the Planning Commission can't cherry pick what type of businesses applies for approval, albeit I do feel that the Planning Commission, City Council, and the city staff's obligation is first to the taxpaying citizens of South Weber rather than potential businesses that want to come and profit off of our community. With that in mind, I feel that the elected officials and city staff should do everything in their power to accommodate the citizens' concerns rather than that of the business. After all, we must live here and deal with any of the consequences long after the business is in place and the developers are long gone. Although I absolutely despise the idea of another gas station store being located so close to my residence, I feel this is going to happen no matter how much we don't like it. Quick Trip is an $11 billion company with over 1,000 stores in 17 states. If they want it bad enough, they have the financial resources to make it happen. With that in mind, I propose the following changes. The changes that I'm about to propose are going to be just for mine and my neighbor's benefit. I know that might seem selfish, but if I'm not going to advocate for myself, my family's overall happiness, and trying to maintain my property's value, who will? Number one, the 3 proposed locations for the 60-foot high bright signs are going to be literally out my front window and in my direct line of sight. I already must deal with a nonstop blinking Maverick sign that lights up my living room at night and car wash lights that were supposed to be turned off at night but never happened. I absolutely can't deal with another huge lighted sign located directly in front of my living room and bedroom windows. My suggestion is to move the sign to the south as far as possible on the property and ensure the lighted portion of the sign faces north and south in line with the highway. By moving the sign as far south as possible, it'll be to the east of my home, where it won't be visible through my front windows and obstruct my view. I also request the lighted portion of the sign be of a static nature, not switching colors back and forth. Number 2, with the diesel pumps being located to the closest to the residential area, there will be increased noise and light from heavy-duty trucks idling, setting air brakes, and increased engine RPMs when exiting and entering the fuel station.
Jeff, I have to cut you off. That's your 3 minutes, sir. Sorry about that.
My name is Stacy Eddings. I also reside at 2645 East, 7800 South, and this is going to be part 2.
Teamwork. I love it.
Within the diesel pumps being located to the closest residential area, there will be increased noise and light from heavy-duty trucks idling, setting air brakes, and increased engine RPM when exiting the fueling station. In the effort to block excess light and minimize potential noise from the current residents, I suggest planting trees along the east side of the frontage road and just east of the new sidewalk. These trees should be planted close enough together and of a species, aka like a Rocky Mountain Jupiter, that will grow tall enough, 40 to 60 feet, to provide adequate visual barrier for the residential area. I suggest planting trees along the whole property line, starting from the middle entrance of the business to the southern end of the property. The landscape plan currently depicts some type of shrubbery and vegetation in these areas, so it shouldn't be a problem to plant trees. 3, the monument sign that will be located on the frontage road should not be lighted sign, as for the same reason I stated from the above high sign. There needs to be no more light pollution to existing residents, and there currently is. There is no need for another lighted sign if you have a 60-foot high rise sign and lighted monument sign along South Weber Drive. 4, I'm not going to make a specific comment regarding the traffic flow nightmare this development is going to cause on the frontage road and quite possibly on South Weber Drive. I know there are many people that would speak to that. However, I'm going to speak about the potential roundabout that is planned in front of my home. Although it is not in the current plan proposed for this development, I feel its rear its ugly head at any given time. First, a roundabout is a nicety and not a legal requirement. Quite frankly, you need to figure out another way to deal with the mess that this city has created by allowing so many entrances and exits of multiple businesses so close to South Weaver Drive before deciding to route all the traffic in front of my home just to turn around. Second, if a roundabout is constructed in the front of my home, it will severely hinder the access to my driveway, especially the driveway that leads to my garage on the east side of my home. Third, I believe a driveway entrance or exit must be back minimum distance 20 to 50 feet from a roundabout for safety reasons. My driveway, my neighbor's driveway, and any future potential entrance exit from the property or across the street from me would not be in compliance with this requirement. I feel that absolutely no consideration was given to me when this proposed roundabout was decided on. And here are a couple points to ponder. If this project did not remove left-hand turn access from existing businesses, would a roundabout be necessary at all? There is not a neighborhood serving a roundabout. It's a gas station circulation device placed across from my residence. Why should a homeowner lose livability so the commercial development can maintain convenience?
I have to cut you off, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, though.
I'm gonna go now. Tracy Weiss, South Weaver, and I did email something in because I didn't think I was gonna be here, but you get both. So I'm talking, I want to address the change on the peak cap of the road going on to South
We
Weaver
are going to
Drive.
have
Yep.
another hearing for that.
There's a very specific hearing that will be for that later on in the meeting.
Oh, but this isn't open comment for both?
No, it is. I'm just saying.
It is, but you will have a chance just to directly address that, though.
But I still talk now or I do?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll talk fast. Okay. And I'm speaking because I live right up 925 on 7375 South. And my parents live just down around Byram's Corner. And I can tell you now, I can't walk to their house. They can't walk to my house. The traffic that comes around that Byram's Corner, they're going 45, 50 miles an hour. I see kids trying to get across there already on their bikes and things, and it's just not safe. And if you notice, many of the residents on South Weaver Drive have now moved their mailbox to the other side of the road because they just safely cannot. We've worked with the post office, and you just can't cross the road when with all this traffic. The current subdivision that's being discussed has over 70 houses. Once this goes in, it opens up to at least 3 more developments that I'm aware of. So we're talking houses, hundreds of houses. These subdivisions would all be within the walking distance of the school. That corner is just not safe at 925 East. I did mention maybe a crosswalk or something, but by the time you come around the corner, you're not even going to see a crosswalk. Even the crosswalks at the school and the church, people don't see them. Maybe if there are flashing lights, but you would really need a light, and they would need to know about it at Cook Corner before they got up there, or they're not going to be able to stop. So I really think it needs to be back where it was. At CAPS, you have 9 more seconds to at least see. I'm really concerned about those kids coming up. I already have heartache every day when I watch the kids come to school because the school bus can't get around the corner at 925 East and turn on 7375 South. I was there yesterday, coming up one way, another car was coming this way, and someone was walking their dog. There's just no room. So to watch hundreds of kids come from these new subdivisions and cross South Weaver Drive, it's not safe. Someone mentioned that we're going to have a death, and that's definitely a corner. I tell my parents, don't even walk up the road because it's not safe. So that's my more than 2 cents. But if somebody wants to come and live at my house from UDOT or whoever for 1 week and sit and watch that corner, they'll know what I'm talking about, because it's way too dangerous to put it that close to the corner unless you put a light in. So I'm recommending that it go at least up the road a little bit. I know we're not going to stop it. I know we need a road, but we need to put our kids and the public needs to be safe. the drivers and the kids.
Thank you.
And Paul South Weaver, you can pay for all this stuff if you'll put a cop down by my house between Pig's Corner and Cook's Corner. That's a racetrack. It's not safe right through there. Anyway, I agree with everything Tracy said, but you know, the kids walk down the roads, and we're getting a lot of people in South Weaver. The kids walk down the road. There's no place for them to safely cross South Weaver Drive. We have a crosswalk there by the church. There's a crosswalk by the school. And if there's lights out flashing, people slow down. If not that, it's dare the kids to get across, because it's very dangerous. I don't know. I know the state doesn't want to put any lights in South Weaver, but it's a real hazard, and we're going to lose some lives out here. I don't know. Maybe they could get something like in Ogden on Washington, where you push a button and the lights flash. We need something to make it easier for kids to get across South Weaver Drive and to get to the school and back. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Connie Lynch, and I'm South Weaver. And I'm just agreeing with my family. My whole family lives on that road. My daughter's building on 73. I call it Lester Drive. Anyway, but you cannot get across. I mean, even coming out 1250 where I live, you cannot get onto South Weaver Drive. Sometimes it takes me a good 5 minutes. And if I know we might need to advocate for you to put a light so that there are pauses in the traffic. Because like Tracy said, once Caps and Peaks develop, there will be probably 500 houses down there behind my dad's and down toward the dog park. Once that's all done, you probably do have 500 or 600 houses that will be in there in the next 5 years, 5 to 6 years. So we really are going to have a couple more lights on South Weaver Drive if that's where most of the traffic is going to come out. Thank you.
Thank you.
Amy Mitchell, I live here in South Weaver. First, I want to say I don't envy you guys at all. I know you're caught between a rock and a hard place, and I appreciate your willingness to even figure this out. I want to be clear that my opinion is not in opposition to business or development. It is concern about how this specific proposal, being Quick Trip, changes the function of this area and shifts lasting harm onto neighbors and existing businesses. Today, Maverick and Morty's Car Wash both operate safely with full left and right turn access. There's been no documented safety failure at those locations that I'm aware of. This proposal removes that access, not to fix an existing problems, but to accommodate a new gas station with 13 pumps. That decision creates a chain reaction. Existing businesses are forced to turn to right turn only. Drivers are pushed into U-turns or neighborhood streets, and now the city is considering a roundabout to manage a traffic issue the project itself creates. If existing left turn access were preserved, there would be no need for the U-turn mitigation and no need for a roundabout. The proposed roundabout is especially concerning because it would be placed on a road that currently has 2 lanes and directly across from existing homes. This raises a serious property rights issue. Utah has a strong tradition of respecting property rights, private property rights, and residents should not be asked to sacrifice property value or livability so a commercial development can maintain convenience. Why should a resident lose their yard space, privacy, quiet enjoyment, and property value so a new gas station can operate more efficiently? That homeowner did not create this problem, yet they would bear continuous headlight sweep into their home, increased braking and acceleration noise, higher traffic volumes at all hours, potential loss of frontage or usable yard space. These are a direct and permanent harm to the neighborhood property. This proposal also pushes traffic pressure into nearby neighborhoods. When arterial access becomes more difficult, drivers adapt. They cut through residential streets and make alternative maneuvers. That behavior is predictable and directly affects safety and quality of life for families who live there. There is also a fairness issue. Infrastructure decisions should not advantage one business while disadvantaging another. nor should they shift the burden of commercial access onto residents. This sets a precedent. If development-created access problems can be solved by adding intrusive infrastructure and impacting residential properties, the character of this corridor and this city changes permanently. I respectfully ask the commission to reject the roundabout concept, preserve existing left turn access from Maverick and Morty's Car Wash, require a full traffic analysis of U-turns and neighborhood diversion, and protect the property rights and livability of South Weber residents. South Weber is a residential community. Planning decisions here should reflect that and ensure residents are not asked to give up property or value to accommodate commercial convenience. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, Amy, if you want to give those to, so they can have them.
Sure.
Thank you. Sure. Thanks. Amy.
It's really tiny, sorry.
Okay, if there's no more public comment, we'll close public comment. And then we'll move on to, I guess, swearing me in.
Raylan Bowman, Deputy Recorder. We're going to swear in Chad Scola. Chad, thank you for standing. You're going to raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name,
I, Chad Scola,
having been elected to the office of Planning Commission member,
having been elected to the office of Planning Commission member,
do solemnly swear that I will support,
solemnly swear that I will support,
obey,
obey,
and defend the Constitution
and defend the Constitution
of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Utah,
and the Constitution of the State of Utah,
and that I will discharge the duties of my office with fidelity.
and that I will discharge the duties of my office with fidelity.
Thank you.
Oh. And moving on to action item number 4, consent agenda for December 11th, 2025. Came back up just due to shorthandedness in January to just confirm those minutes. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yes. Is there anything?
No changes.
No changes or anything, right? Can I get a motion?
Yep. I will move to approve the consent agenda for December 11th, 2025 minutes as presented.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Yes. Actually, can you second if you weren't here? You were
Oh.
here. Ignore me.
We were not.
You weren't here.
Do we need to say this? Do we say yes?
And then you just say yes or abstain.
Abstain.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we will also approve the January 15th minutes as well. Is there anything, I was not here for that one, so is there anything to discuss?
I had nothing on that one that I noted.
Nope.
Can I get a motion?
I'll move to approve the consent agenda for January 25th, 2026, minutes as presented.
All in favor?
No,
Or
you need a
second.
second. I'll second.
You weren't here, so.
I was.
Oh,
second.
yes. Second, yeah.
Yeah, I'll approve. Or a second. Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
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 Abstain.
Abstain. And now moving on to action item number 5, appointing a new chair and vice chair. We attempted to try to make this be a little bit quicker, but we couldn't figure out a way to do it. So now everybody just gets to be part of us discussing this. We tried to speed it up, but there was no way to make it happen. Is there anybody who has interest or wants to nominate themselves for chair?
I'm fine serving in either capacity.
I'm fine with maintaining. So, or swapping, I don't
Or
care.
keep it as is, and then I'll just be chair or co-chair.
Yeah, because we did lose our co-chair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll nominate Chad Scola for chair of the commission.
And Julie is co-chair.
Do it all in one
I
thing.
can do both.
You can do both.
Both.
I nominate Julie Losi for co-chair.
Does this one need to be roll call? Vice chair.
Vice chair. Thank you.
Oh, we get to choose
I
what
think
we want to be?
Vice chair.
Oh,
Chair and vice?
Thank
Is
you.
that what it is?
Thank you.
Chair and vice?
Chair and vice.
we were just making sure you were listening, Lance.
Do we second, do we
I'll be
roll
vice.
call, do we do all?
This
that?
is roll call, correct?
Vice.
Second.
I'll second that.
Second.
And
And
then roll call.
then roll call?
Yes.
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 And I'm a yes as well.
But we don't have to move. I'm staying down here for the meeting. Because I have the air conditioner. Sorry.
No, you're good, really.
Okay, that went faster than expected. Action item number 6, Quick Trip CUP and commercial site plan approval at approximately 7716 South, 2700 East. Applicant Galloway and Company, Quick Trip Corporation. Do we want to have Lance?
If I can just do a quick overview.
I would love
and then
for you to do put
time
over.
over to the applicant.
Yes, sir.
to Present. As you all are well aware, you had a good discussion last month about this proposed conditional use. There's 2 applications. One is the conditional use permit required for any commercial development over an acre, and then a site plan approval. There was a lot of concerns about the traffic, the lighting, and a lot of the issues. You requested that they come back to this meeting, work in the interim to do that. The applicant has submitted a lot of comments and new information, revised a lot of drawings and the site plans and whatnot. So staff has reviewed those and feel that they meet the requirements as set out in the code. We understand that there's just tonight's comments in addition to last month's. To call out those specifically, before I forget, there's 2 specific items that we need your direction on. One is the pole sign location. Where do you want to put it? I think we've heard some feedback here. There's pros and cons to both. Any limitations you want to put on them, that type of thing. And then the other one would be the type of fence that you want to see it is proposed right now as a wood slat fence. And we have options to do things there. And then address any other concerns you may have in the site plan based on what we've heard and your own opinions. I think I'll turn time over to the applicant, let them discuss and kind of walk through the changes they made and what they heard from you guys so that they have responsibility for that. And I guess just to speak generally to the public comments and the public comments we received in writing, I think everybody gets it and understands that staff is trying to thread that line of where we've got to follow the code, we've got to follow the law, the property rights, balancing all those items. Our own current plans have this property as commercial and balancing those 2 issues. And I'm happy to answer any questions about this and discuss in more depth. There are some limitations, but I think there's also maybe some opportunities to put some conditions of approval that will help mitigate those. And that is exactly what we're allowed to do in the code.
Awesome. Okay, thanks, Lance. And the applicant?
Hi, everybody.
Doing?
I'm Braxton Key. I'm with Quick Trip. Some new faces here. We saw these 3 last time. Didn't see you guys last time. Glad that you're here. Glad that you're here to hear about us. We're Quick Trip. We are a company that started almost 70 years ago in Tulsa, Oklahoma. A little background about myself with the company. I started at 16 years old, mopping floors, sweeping parking lots, running trash, doing all the things that we do in our stores. And I worked my way up through the company to this position now so that I can now speak in front of you guys and now actually help build future Quick Trips and build future stores for people like me who can then start their journey at 16 and move their way up. We've heard a lot of concerns, obviously today and last time that we were here. Some of those concerns I would love to address just in honors of, being a good community member. We want to be a good neighbor. The sign location, as Lance discussed, we have brought for 3 different options for the sign location, for the pole sign location. So that's up to you guys to deliberate, figure out what is the best option for your community. We'd love to work with you. We can shrink the sign, make it shorter, make it smaller in square footage. We want to work with you guys. We don't want to be a part of the community and have severe backlash if we do get approved. The other thing that we would like to add is from the Second Drive southbound, there was mention of adding landscaping. We'd love to add that for you guys. I don't know how much more landscaping needs to be added, but we definitely would love to have that discussion. We're willing to work with you guys, willing to add that landscaping. Third thing that we heard is the monument sign on 2700. We can remove that monument sign because we have one on South Weber. So that will help, alleviate some of the residencies that are across the street from us. They won't have that sign just glaring into their window. And then the fourth item that I want to bring up that I heard a lot of mentions of was the median and the roundabout that was proposed with the site plan. That is not our proposal. That is the city's future traffic plan proposal. So we, regardless of if we come into this corner, that will happen per their proposal for the traffic plan. And I think Lance can speak.
Yeah, I should have spoken.
Yeah, speak more to that. But yeah, so that I just want to clarify for everybody in the room that that is not our proposal. That is part of your guys' master plan.
Yeah.
So you guys have any questions?
So the median road, am I going to you or is that to them? To him? Like talking about the median and the lanes and all that. Who do I talk to about address those?
Well, you can talk to us, I think, because
Then
Okay.
just raise your hand.
One kind of random question I have, and it just came to my mind, kind of forget. Are you guys doing like an RV dump at all?
Nope.
Anything like that? Okay.
No, we do not have those kind of amenities at any site in our
Okay.
entire network.
Just curious.
Also, Brad had a question last time that I want to answer. How many states we're operating in? Utah will be our 23rd state to operate in. So just wanted to clarify that because that was my homework given to me by Brad. So
With the signage, I don't know, I mean, somebody would know more than this to me. I mean, I'm just thinking of like other, service station signage. Like, is there any way, one, to control how bright they are, and then two, like to, I guess, direct light very specifically? Does that make sense? Like
Yeah.
if you were trying to like target, like say the 89, right? To
Yeah.
like have the light down, so by the time it reaches across the freeway, it's already gone, right? And then from this side that it's not going, it's just very directed. Does that make sense? Am I making sense at
So,
all?
yeah, so I don't specifically know of any sign that we have in our catalog that can do something like that. I don't
Yeah.
think
Yeah,
we've
I-
ever designed anything like that.
Yeah, I didn't-
Definitely brightness is a controllable on our signage. We can control that. Also, with the original proposed sign, it is 100 feet in the air. So it would be above a majority of the roof lines and actually
Sure.
probably all the roof lines
Yeah.
in your city. But if we lower it, I mean, we can do that as well. We can move it.
And the new proposal was 60
Yeah.
feet, correct?
Yeah.
What's the Maverick one at?
Well, I was going to ask that because there's actually a discrepancy that I wanted to clarify because it looked like in the December 2025 packet, it says that the pole sign was going to be 684.3 square feet. And I believe that exceeds the maximum allowed square footage for that class of sign, which was 450 square feet, correct?
the staff's recommendation was in the engineering report that that be
Okay.
reduced.
To the 450 or lower?
It'll actually be lower. It'll be 387 square feet.
387?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So with our 60-foot sign, pole sign that we added to your packet is 387 square feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does that equate to in terms of height?
60 feet.
60
Yeah.
feet. Thank you.
Oh, that's that. Okay, that's
Yeah.
that one. Okay, perfect.
It's actually exactly 386.9,
Oh,
I was rounding for the class.
just for clarity.
For a reference point, how tall is the Maverick sign?
did we know?
I don't know.
I can look it up.
Could you? Just because I think it would be helpful to know if it is.
Tried to guess when I
Same
drove by on my
order.
way, but turns out I'm not good at
And for
guessing.
reference, it would be similar in height to the Maverick billboard as you're going on to South Weaver off the highway.
Okay.
So if that gives you any.
For the one that's right on the.
It's on the right-hand side.
Yeah, on the west side.
Yeah.
Okay. The,
East side, yeah.
Oh, that's what your height, sorry, I missed. the
It'll be
beginning.
similar.
You're similar
I'm
to
not
that. Okay.
Sir on billboard heights. They
Okay.
range between 40 to 80 feet
Oh, okay.
in height. So, but it'll be in that similar range. It
Gotcha.
won't be as obviously massive
Sure.
as that, but
Okay.
and there's just 2 signs, correct? The one that's on the,
right now on our current proposal, there are 3.
okay,
So there's the pole sign,
okay,
one on 2700, and then the one on South Weber on the corner.
on the corner. Okay.
Yes. So we would be willing to drop the 2700 sign.
Okay.
After hearing comments from the public.
Well, and my one question, if you don't mind clarification to the Eddings, you want the pole sign to be on the southernmost recommended site or the northernmost? Because that's the further away from your home.
I can't have you commenting though.
Well, I asked a question though.
Okay.
Can I,
Yeah,
is
you
that,
just
just come up to the podium?
Oh, you go.
I can't?
I don't think.
Oh, I apologize then. Ignore my request.
Um,
I can ask for clarification.
yeah, any insights?
I think it's up to you guys if you wanted to get. The purpose is
needed a
to not
point
to have a dialogue
clarified.
going back
Yeah.
and forth.
I
and to
just
have
needed a
one
point
clarifying
clarified.
point, I think is just fine.
Yeah. Well, if you want to step up to the mic and we'll take your clarifying point real quick.
So right now, where the sign, the proposed location is going to be basically right across the street from 7800 South, straight shot across.
Yeah.
It's still in the eye shot of my window. No matter any of those 3 locations, it's still, no matter, it's going to be right. I'm going to look at it. So if you can move it to the south, it's because it's not to the southern part of the property. It could go back farther on the south. Then it would be more on the east side of my house where when I look out my front windows, I wouldn't see.
Oh, okay. I got you. That makes sense. Thank you.
I would see the side, the pole on the side, but I wouldn't see any light.
Okay.
Side.
Okay.
That helped, yeah.
Thank you. That was a clarification I was looking for.
But that'd be the one, you would want to come back up just in case.
That would be option
It could be option 4.
3, 4. Yes, he wants it more.
Yeah, okay, okay.
Not, there's 1, 2.
And that's all their property?
Can we
That
pull
would
up
go all the way to theirs.
the
Okay.
sign
Yeah,
location?
can we pull up that one?
If everyone knows what we're talking
The
about.
one with the 3, page 32 with the green, the sign locations. Right there, yeah.
And then if you just want to slide it a little to the
Right.
right, there we go. There we go. So just be moving the black one, like, I mean, just to that very tip on the south end. And it's, and I assume that we're as far east as we can go
Yeah, because we have
for
footings
property
proposed.
line and
Yeah.
stuff, right? Okay.
Yeah, the footings can't extend past. the
Which
property
would
line.
allow it, I mean, potentially pretty close to the end based on property lines on both sides, no?
I thought it would be the opposite and the furthest north. So hearing that it's the south.
Oh, you were thinking,
That's the desired
Way
to not have it be
oh, you
closer
thought putting it closer to the,
to the northerly boundary. Yeah, the green
That's
one,
what- that-
basically option
yeah.
1. So,
I thought the same with the green one, because the green one kind of is behind the dumpster enclosures.
and that's why I wanted the
And it-
clarification, because when I heard south, I was like, so thank you.
Yeah, in the darkest part of the property.
Continue.
So this question is, I have a question specifically regarding the traffic pattern. And the reason why I'm asking this is because we've had some proposals come up for development of this piece of property in the past. And I may be just faulty in my memory, but I don't remember us talking about this changing traffic pattern with the median and the roundabout. When we were talking about recommending approval for other proposed sites. The Young Motorsports one, I don't recall that median being in that proposal. The oncology clinic, I don't remember
That's
being
right.
in that
It
one
wasn't.
either.
It wasn't in their proposal.
Okay.
That predated the transportation master plan let me kind of state the timeline of things.
Fantastic.
So, knowing that this property is zoned commercial, and the interest that has been on even the property south of the car wash, there was some concern from the staff that we make sure we try to do this, even though it's a short segment of road, but you try to do the best you can, right? So the city hired a consultant to do the transportation master plan for the whole city, but as part of that transportation master plan, do a more specific study for this section of road. In that sub area plan, or that portion of the study, they identified that there should be an option was to put a roundabout at 7,800, and that there would be raised medians to control left-hand turn movements for safety reasons. So there's definitely, we definitely have safety on the top of our minds. There's concerns that have been raised tonight that are all very valid. So the city's trying to do their best to kind of navigate that. Obviously, if you have no development on the east side of the road, then the way things are right now works just fine. The challenge comes when you add a development on the other side. The reason that the previously proposed developments didn't have anything is just because we didn't have a plan in place. And so they were going to, we knew that we would need to widen the road, but that was going to be all on the city's dime to do something in the future to address the traffic that we would inevitably see. Well, what is going to happen? We have tried to plan ahead and be more proactive about it. Hence, when Quick Trip came along, we had extensive conversations back and forth. They provided a transportation impact study that identified, based on their use, what their impacts to the road would be. What the city's long-term plan is, the Transportation Master Plan, or the TMP, let's just call it that. So we've got the TIS, Transportation Impact Study, that Quick Trip provided, and the TMP, the Transportation Master Plan, which is the long-range plan.
Mm-hmm.
The TIS identified the need to do some widening, and based on driveway locations, that we need to control left-hand turn movements. We don't have, without the roundabout, you don't have a way specifically on the road to turn around. Now, there is the ability through the Quick Trip site for people that turn right coming out of Maverick or the car wash to turn around through their site. So they have the ability to do that, albeit it's not ideal, but that is there. Maverick also has the access directly onto South Weber Drive. So you could choose to just exit there and get to South Weber Drive. Yeah. Whether or not, because I know that there's mixed feelings about the roundabout. The bonus for a roundabout would be that it does allow for traffic to turn around there and should minimize anyone's desire to, wander through neighborhoods. The downside is, and it definitely has a major impact on the residents that live right there. Again, trying to balance when you put in your general plan that you want the future land use to be commercial, you got to plan for, well, how are you going to handle that? So that was what the results of the study were, and that was presented and adopted by the city council back in 23. And so when Quick Trip proposed, then we as staff have just simply tried to implement what that adopted master plan was. Now, couldn't get all the way to the roundabout. The city can't afford to put that in, and Quick Trip by themselves don't bring enough to, like, for them alone to pay for all of that. So this is, if you will, be kind of a phase one of implementation.
Can I ask a question about that?
Sure.
Where is the traffic master plan on the website on this? Because has it been
Publicly.
Yeah, like,
available.
is it available? Is it part of the general plan? It's not reflected on any of the future transportation maps. I know because I looked. I'm just curious where the recommendations that were found and kind of determined in that presentation,
I mean,
where they're at.
I have it. I don't know where it's posted on the city's website. I'm not
Okay.
sure. But wait, let me clarify though. When you say it's not in the general plan,
I couldn't find it.
Well, what do you mean?
Meaning what is proposed for 2700 to become once the development where Quick Trip is. And I also have a really hard time believing that the lot to the west, which is half the size of what Quick Trip's area is the final tipping point to making those changes necessary, especially because that parcel of land, and we've had multiple, at least since the time I've been on the commission, maybe since you guys have as well, multiple presentations, and we have yet to find out what that perfect development's going to be, because we need to have some kind of buffer, which would require residential, and then something to tie into where Morty's car wash is that backs up that's potentially commercial, or again, buffers those residences a little bit.
Sure.
And we have no idea what that future, I know the current landowner has that parcel listed for sale.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Sure. Yeah. All right. So
Just
help
what is
me
it?
understand what your question is.
Where are the items that were determined in the transportation master plan related to 2700 East located?
So the general plan was adopted in 2020. And then we hired a consulting firm to do the transportation master plan. So they used the transportation element of the general plan to do the transportation master plan.
And that was
So
within
it's
the
not
past year?
retro reflective, if that makes sense. That just is what it is, the general plan. This would be a clarifying document to add additional information.
And where is that document located? So not only the commission, but any citizens that want to go out, and I'm sure it's riveting reading, but could go out and access that document.
It's actually a pretty good document. I
would like to have read it.
I mean, I can try to do a search here on the city's website to see if I can see if it's posted anywhere. I do not know off the top of my head.
Yeah, it looks like Lance is looking.
And then on that same note, to your question, and with the young group, we did not have this, but you said you did the study in 2023.
Yes.
And we just did the young group like
Last
6
year.
months ago. So that's why I'm just curious of that difference. When you said it's because they were after.
It was, they were going at the same time.
As the young.
When Young first came in.
Okay.
Yes. But again, like, I'm not sure what is your concern or what.
Well, I've got another question to maybe alleviate your confusion. Did this consultant have any other recommendations besides a median and a roundabout?
They did have some other alternatives. I don't remember the details of those. Those were all presented, and the one that was adopted was the one with the roundabout. But I will say that in that meeting with the city council, there was some hesitation, a little hesitation about, well, what do we really need the roundabout? We don't know. So the study by Galloway is one more study to look at the implementation to that and see if what we were planning long-term is the right thing. And then the city had a third-party reviewer, Methods Consulting, which is still, it's the same company that did the transportation master plan.
Okay.
They've since changed names, but it's the same company. So the review was just to see, well, based on what Quick Trip is proposing, how well are we implementing the master plan?
And then I'm just going to add to the roundabout question with one of the emailed public comments on potentially not being big enough, because now every semi that leaves Maverick will have to use that roundabout.
Or
They'll
they
have,
use the other exit.
Well, right now.
well, they'd have to, but they're turning left in, so they'd have to somehow get turned around to even use the same entrance.
Yeah,
They'd
just go
have
around
to
the-
change their patterns. They could enter from the east and go through.
But I mean, unless we're putting a sign up that says you won't fit around the roundabout, I mean, I guess I'm just
No,
curious.
the roundabout needs to be designed to handle those trucks to turn.
Okay.
around.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, that's
So
not a
we're-
question.
So we'll ensure that that's
Yes.
a thing.
But the
Yes.
concern is there's a median without a roundabout now. There's two
Right.
parts to it. That's our concern.
It's like peanut butter and jelly. You can't have one without the other.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
The need for the medians is safety.
no, I
I know that. I
I'm
know that.
saying
I agree. I understand the median.
My opinion is now you're funneling people to the neighborhoods, basically.
Right. And I totally recognize that that's a major issue. Yes.
And just to quickly clarify that there are a couple pictures are different. Is there 2 lanes going southbound or 1? Because some pictures have 2, some pictures have 1.
It's one.
It's 1. Okay.
It's-
Like the
it's
picture that's
one-
Up is 2.
Yeah. Was that the update in the one that just came out today or?
No,
I know
that's
it
not
looks
today.
like that.
This
It's really just one lane with a fairly large shoulder.
Oh.
fairly large shoulder.
I had one question that I've just been brainstorming about the roundabout and stuff. Everything has kind of been explained. I was just curious. So last time we talked about the traffic patterns. I think they will change too, but it'll take some time. And I thought the way I understood it, the proposed roundabout wouldn't be till they see enough traffic and they would proceed with that later. So my concern would be that, if it takes a year, 6 months, whatever, for those 6 months, where are those trucks going to go when they go right up that street without a round-
Absolutely.
If it's not there right off.
The median's going to already be there.
Correct. Yeah. So they would just go the same route that the trucks that are going to QT are going. They'd go into that south access, drive through their site and exit.
I think that's less of a concern, more the concern of the vehicles exiting Maverick. Because they'll be forced to go south. And
That's what I'm saying. That would be the either that or else they wander through the neighborhood. And I agree, that's a concern. That's something we've talked about from the very beginning. If anyone has any magic solutions outside of that, I am, we totally open to any other things that we could potentially do. But any development that you have on this side of the road, because of the location of the accesses that we currently have on the west side, allowing left-hand turns, in my opinion, is a bigger safety concern.
okay. And Brandon, just wanted to say, you're doing great. I really appreciate you, this under pressure, we're just trying to
Right.
really exhaust, we're just trying to overturn every rock possible.
Yes.
In this.
And I'm doing my best to.
January meeting.
What?
We missed you not being in the January.
And I
meeting. Thank you for
apologize.
being-
I'm sorry that I was unable to be here.
But yeah, and that was the reason why I was asking if that consultant had any other ideas, obviously, I mean.
Well, that's why we studied it.
Yeah,
Because,
right.
and the whole idea with the roundabout is that very thing. Try to give people a way to turn around so they don't end up going into the neighborhoods. But the roundabout's expensive. And again, you probably have differing opinions on whether or not we should do one. Simply just trying to plan ahead and do what we think is going to be the best in this location. The hope for in the long-term master plan, the hope was you have this road as a major road to service the neighborhoods. So all the residents that live up there, we wanted them to be able to get through as easily as possible. That's why it was a 5-lane, proposed as a 5-lane road, so that the inside lane could be through traffic. They hit the roundabout and they head on into the, back home. The outside lane would be to service the businesses on either side. And it felt like that proposed solution would accomplish both great access to the businesses, because if you're going to have them there, you want them to do well. So good access to the businesses, but also meet the needs of the residents by having, kind of those independent lanes. Well, the city doesn't have the money to do that full transportation master plan right now in concert with the developer now. So the only option we have is to do it in phases, which puts in the medians now, but doesn't give us all the lanes that we ultimately wanted or the roundabout.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
If 5 lanes is what's been identified as being the future width of 2700 East, why are we only doing 4 right now? Because to my mind's eye, that then means future construction, tearing out gutter, curbs, sidewalk, and where does that land expansion come from?
Well, we've already,
Quick Trip side.
it is on Quick Trip side would be the widening.
So why don't we do 5 lanes now
Because the city has to participate in that.
in the 5 lanes
Yes.
versus the 4?
Yes.
So the 4 is only Quick Trip,
Yes.
but the 5th lane.
So what's being proposed right now costs the city $0.
Okay.
But if we're going to participate, then we need to pay for the rest. And we've done a financial analysis of where we're at. We don't have the money. So we have proposals in to, like, Wasatch Front, to get grants to potentially do the additional work, but we don't have the money now.
Okay.
And again, I think there's differing opinions on whether or not a roundabout should even go in the future. But that, hopefully that gives you the data or the reasoning behind why the transportation master plan did what it did, or was proposing what it was proposing.
Is one of the proposals, I mean, and I don't know what the width would be or requirement would be, but like doing, rather than a roundabout, just making like one of those U-turn lanes like in, like Laytonton has done. And then just pushing into the, I mean, it'd be in the Quick Trips land, but rather than doing a roundabout, just doing,
I mean, essentially
one of
that's
those
what you're
U-turn
building,
options.
is the ability for them to turn around.
Yeah,
right?
but with the roundabout, they got to come right, then swing around left.
But you're still making the same movement.
Sure.
You're turning around.
Yeah, 100%. It's still
So
turning around.
a roundabout
But it's
allows for,
avoiding,
like,
but it's now only going into that property and not in any residence properties to make the roundabout.
so they have, and anyone can do that.
Right.
They just go through they have to go through their site. It's not ideal.
Sure. Well, I'm not saying going through their site. I'm saying that they
Right, and you
donate
could
property
do
just to
one.
do like the U-turn,
Yes.
right, like the whole U-turn lane thing. Just like Layton does, where
Right.
they've just cut into those properties to make that U-turn. Other than they have lights for the U-turn, but I mean, I don't think we'd have enough traffic to need to do that with those.
Yeah, but you still need to make it large enough for
Yeah,
the
that's
truck
what
to do
that's what
that.
I'm wondering, like how far in would it have to go? if
So
that's a
essentially,
proposed option?
I mean, because the roundabout, the idea with I guess the roundabout, you funnel all of the traffic around it. What you're proposing is that you just maybe have like a left turn and then some kind of
Yeah, just like Layton,
yeah.
like all the ones in Layton.
Well, right now, the way that the drawings and the presentation, any trucks, campers, trailers, any traffic that is wanting to make a left-hand turn to get back going northbound on just 2700 East, you're going to be driving through Quick Trip.
Right. And hopefully you can make the corner.
And hope you can make the corner and not take anything out. I think you can because that one's a 50-foot, correct?
Yes.
And the middle entrance is a 50-foot, but you now then have whatever
That's
those.
a Maverick.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's another point. If somebody is making a right-hand turn out of the common shared
Yes.
exit with a one-lane access, how are they going to do that?
Which one are you talking about?
So the shared access between Morty's and Maverick, I
Yes.
guess you would be swinging into that dedicated left turn lane into the middle entrance for Quick
Yeah.
Trip,
Correct.
because you only have one travel lane technically to be turning into without going
That's
into
an exit.
a turn
One
lane.
before is the Maverick. Sure.
One of the
No, they're
one allows for left turns into Maverick,
Yes.
and then the one to the south allows for left turns
Yeah,
into
that's what
Quick Trip.
First.
So if you're making a right-hand turn, you're into the turn lane for people coming
But if
into
cars-
Maverick and Car Wash.
If cars are there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying, that's a hinge point.
Yeah, I agree.
Like
Same
for
thing, if you
semi-truck,
have
yeah.
a truck that decides, hey, I don't want to avoid this nonsense, and now then tries to go up through the Morty's only southerly exit, I guarantee people are gonna always take the path of least resistance, and they're gonna cut across 2 lanes to then go into the middle entrance to then circulate through Quick Trip to get back on northbound to 2700 East. Same thing for any trucks and trailers. They're not gonna make that turn. They're gonna have to go up to the southernmost entrance. And I have a concern. I'm going to throw this out here right now because I think it fits the discussion. 5 diesel pumps. Why? Why are we having 5 diesel pumps if we are now going to be having cars needing to navigate both northbound and southbound in Quick Trip? Can that be reduced to 4 to give us that then turning access and navigability?
And then I guess technically, I guess this is also, I mean, we're now volunteering.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. And that was business lesson reduced stack
On
for trucks on.
So this is
Yes. and that would be-
Just the drive-through.
Distance to drive through.
okay. Thank you. Sorry.
So I guess either way, so either Quick Trip is offered, because I mean, technically this is their private property, so like we're just volunteering to allow them to let everybody use their property. I mean, couldn't they get to a point where they say, if you're not a customer, you can't use our parking lot as a U-turn? And now we
Well,
can't, and
I
now
mean-
we can't, and now we can't do.
No, but I mean,
anything, right?
anybody, any public, like they access private property all the time, and they may choose to stay or go. I mean, they're not going to be monitoring who stopped.
They could.
Who didn't. I suppose they could.
I mean, I'm just saying, we're talking, I mean, I don't know how often you drive down, I mean, the amount of semis, I mean, sometimes you can't even turn into Maverick off South Weber Drive because of the semi trucks backed up, or you can't even continue because they're blocking the lane to wait to turn left. So you're just talking, I mean, 5, 6 semi trucks at a time, potentially trying to leave and then all routing through there. So I guess at some point, if they wanted to post somebody there, I'm just saying they theoretically could avoid this being an option.
Well, and with the way that Maverick is set up for where their diesel trucks come in and also where the RV dump is, they're going to that shared exit.
Yeah.
So now we're forcing them
Summer,
southbound.
that gets crazy. I mean, that's a lot of traffic sometimes right there.
Yeah. And then you get a delivery truck that's refilling the beer cave and
Yeah.
ramps out, and you can't make a left-hand turn to then navigate through Maverick to then go out that South Weber Drive exit.
Yeah,
You're pushing more.
And I guess, it's in the end, like,
Good point.
I mean, most of this seems to not be directed towards
That's
Quick Trip. Like this is, I mean, as far as what Quick Trip's willing to do and help stay, like I don't really have any. I mean, I don't know if I'd probably pick something maybe different, but that's not up to me. So I'm just saying I don't really have any issues with Quick Trip and what they're proposing, and then their desire to be as friendly as possible with lighting and signage. But we're now discussing something that's not really directly related to them. This is a conversation that happens regardless of what business goes in there. Correct?
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. No matter what you do, someone's going to try to propose to do something here on this side. And we've
just now found
our hope is to implement the long-term master plan.
Sure.
To try to balance getting residents in and out without being too inconvenienced by the rest of the traffic that's accessing the businesses.
Can we do it without a median? Just, is that a possibility?
You can certainly remove the median.
Okay.
My recommendation is, I think that is a bigger safety issue. Now, some of the cars are gonna go south. Hopefully they'll just navigate through Quick Trip and not cause inconvenience to the residents. Again, without being able to implement the long-term plan right now, there is an interim period where you may deal with some of that. But no matter what goes on this side, you've got to deal with where the existing access points are. And without a raised median, people turning left, it's a widened road. So they have to travel across a greater distance to get to where they want to go. Most who come out of here and turn left want to go right at the light. And the additional distance and the short amount of space that you have between Maverick's access and the light is a safety issue.
So this is super inconvenient as well, but if you didn't have the median and you didn't allow, let's say you put the curb at the right-hand turn lane. So now if you're turning out, you can't turn right there. You'd have to cross the intersection. We could do something in the park and ride area that you turn around and turn left. Does that make sense? I only say this because anybody who drives in Centerville, if anybody does, like when that their off ramp that they have, and then trying to like cross 3 lanes of traffic to turn, it's like if they just put a curb there and said you had to go to the next one to turn in. Does that make sense?
Right.
I'm just saying, so we avoid that. So you can't try to get all the way over. You have to go through the intersection, and then we do something on that side to make it you turn around so you can then turn left and get back on the freeway or
Are
something.
you talking about the crazy drive through the intersection left-hand turns that they have in Layton?
No, I'm talking about Centerville not having
Okay, I was gonna say
any
absolutely.
regulation or anything on that.
The city had the money, we would do 5 lanes, potentially roundabout, or it just went down to 2 lanes. Is that correct? I mean, that's the ultimate.
Yeah, the long-term master plan was 5 lanes from South Weaver Drive up to 7800, where you put the roundabout. So you'd have 5 lanes going in, 2 lanes coming out.
And right now we can't do the 2 lanes because UDOT won't do a double left turn, correct, on South Weaver Drive?
You can implement that. I mean, again, that's money, because as soon as you do that, you've got to widen the road. You've got to change move all the signal arms and redo all of that. That cannot be Quick Trip's, responsibility alone. So that would be on us to work something out with UDOT. But I would caution that as soon as you put 2 left-hand turn lanes, then it is a protected left, meaning you don't have a flashing yellow. You have no option to turn left until you actually get an arrow.
And I will say this, I'm going to jump on a soapbox, and it's just because this is the right time to put it on there. And this is not Quick Trip's problem. But I am very frustrated right now because I feel like we're trying to look at these developments just as this development. Well, it's not my problem. It's Maverick's problem. It's not Quick Trip. It's Morty's. Well, what happens when Gateway goes in? All of that residents, all of that commercial, and the impacts then to South Weaver Drive. Like, I really feel like UDOT and the city, don't anybody take this personally, but I think we're being a little bit short-sighted, and I think we're being potentially negligent. And I'm saying that fully believing it, because why are we not taking into account those future impacts, because that's coming. Gateway's already been approved. They're already putting in roads. That building's going to happen. Lofts up 2,700 has already been approved. They're in development. What happens when that volume hits 2,700? Why are we not doing right now when we have a chance? And I get the money component of it, but if
Well,
5 lanes is what's been designated as what makes that intersection work, why aren't we considering that and trying to make it work with Quick Trip?
Well,
I've got it.
We are.
That they
How are we not?
have a benefit there. Because we're
I-
only doing 4. I feel like we're doing one part of a 3-part plan. And that one part, yeah, it's great. When do we do parts 2 and part C? Or 3?
Again, if the city had the money, we've had conversations with Quick Trip about like partnering up, but the city could not come up with our part of the deal.
Just for reference, how much is it? Do we wanna say?
Millions of dollars.
Okay, Quick Trip, you have $11 billion. Let's have a talk. I said it. Okay, I had to say that. The only other thing, I do feel like the traffic impact study that was done, I don't feel like those numbers are valid because it was done on August 10th. The one thing that is not in session during that time frame is Highmark. And anybody that navigates that intersection around drop off and pick up and that, you know.
The city did a separate traffic count.
How far were the numbers off between when the city did it and then?
I mean, there's a lot of movements with a lot of different traffic counts, so I don't know how to answer that question.
I'm gonna just to recommend to speed this up because I just feel like the issue that we all seem to be concerned with has really nothing to do with Quick Trip.
I actually do have one thing that I want that involves Quick Trip.
Okay.
And so, thank you. So one of the applicant or submissions from the public came in. They referenced the city code. The city code talks about permitted use for service stops or gas stations, but in the definition of gas station, it doesn't. It excludes trucks and trailers. And anyway, so I saw that it was copied and pasted into the message. I went to the website and to our code online and looked at it. Interestingly enough, and that's part of the reason why I was just kind of listening in very quietly because I was looking that up. It does, the verbiage that he copied and pasted is in our code. However, the matrix for permitted use includes gas station and service station, but it does not include truck stop in there. And I'm curious as to why that is mentioned in the definitions, but not in the matrix, truck stop.
So this is technically per definition not a truck stop.
Okay.
Because we do not offer any trucker amenities. We don't have showers, don't have laundry. We don't have long-term parking.
Okay.
So this is what we call a fuel stop where
Okay.
they fuel and leave.
Okay, now, per the code, that excludes trucks and trailers, that designation.
No, it does not.
Okay.
No, I mean, Maverick is the exact same.
Okay.
right? They have truck pumps for the
Well,
trucks.
And I'm, explain it to me, because like, the service station specifically excludes tractors.
It says, this shall not include activity meeting the definition of truck stop. The definition of truck stop is so let me just read it.
Like a flying
you're
J.
right. But the definition of truck stop refers to primarily trucking uses, like we're talking about all that happening. This is not that. Truck stop is a commercial use that primarily involves providing fuel to tractor trailer trucks owned numerous different companies, such included related retail sales, repair services, laundry service, and showers. It may include activities associated with the service station.
Right.
The definition I read I disagree with his interpretation.
Okay.
The definition of service station says, if it does that as well, then it's a truck stop. Well, it doesn't do that as well. It does some of those things. It's not all those things.
Not all of them, right.
Yeah.
That would be my interpretation of that service
That's how-
station. And the proof of that, as Brandon alluded to, is Maverick. They've got
Sure.
they've got diesel.
And
they
I'm
serve
not,
truck,
I'm not
but
familiar
at the
with what
service station-
Maverick is designated as.
And also, you guys weren't here last time, but a majority of our customer base does actually physically come inside. So we don't rely on the truck diesel. I mean, we don't have mechanics. We don't have, like I was saying, we don't have any amenities for them to want to come inside besides food.
Mhm.
And they have a stop bar that they can pull up, come and pay, get food, and then they leave. There's no long-term truck stop that's happening at any of our stations.
That's helpful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a couple points in there, quick ones, so they'll move it along, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to point out one thing with our design.
Can you say your name,
Yes.
please?
Spencer Hymas with Galloway, we're with the design team.
Yeah.
And what I wanted to point out is that this southerly access, we have made it very wide. And initially when we were designing it, we had it very narrow because we're only planning on these trucks coming in one way. There won't be traffic coming back the other way. We made it extra wide to try to accommodate the ability for some of those turnarounds to execute what parts of that TMP with the roundabout that we could on our end. So we tried to do the best that we can with that design in mind, trying to make it as safe as we can and just following a lot of the guidance that we've gotten from city staff. So
is that a one-way in or just?
it pretty much is going to function as a one-way in.
One-way or is it, can you come
No,
out?
there will not be traffic coming back out this way.
Hopefully not.
So we made it extra wide, not so the traffic could come back out this way, but more so to facilitate the ability for that turnaround. So just wanted to point that out. For
Yeah.
what that's worth.
Oh, thank you very much for that
Yeah,
illumination.
that was helpful for some of my.
We have that designated as an
Yeah, could there,
entrance only.
are we open to putting up signage that says one way or something?
Entrance
Or
only.
no? Yeah,
Picking up
like
truck
only arrows in
Yeah.
or anywhere else in the parking lot that there's no exit this way
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, and as we mentioned last time, that most northern entrance will be mainly for customers who are, coming northbound. and
Okay.
to keep separation from our truck traffic.
Okay.
And our vehicle traffic, because we don't want those two to cross paths.
Okay, yeah, if we could add that designation to that too as well, then.
So really quick, I mean, before, I think that the point that I was making is somewhat similar, but not the same, because if that's just a one-way in, entrance only, not an exit, that's what I care about the most. Because if a big truck wants to go in there and fill up instead of a semi, hey, why not? As long as he's going in and not coming out, right?
To be clear, can you go southbound on the middle exit? So if a resident goes to Quick Trip and he wants
Right.
to
Yes.
get back out, they
Yes.
can go there. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah,
Right, right now, the way it is they could go south from either the middle or the southern access. But
They-
if you
How do
wanted
they
to
go
limit,
south?
No,
Yeah,
the
middle
southern
or
access
northern,
we've
right?
just determined is,
Southern exit, yeah.
there's no
I'm
exit.
saying it's right now, it's built so that you could, you
I got you.
can
Yeah, I see.
turn left out
I
of
see.
there. But if you want to limit it to only be entrance only.
Yeah.
Then what it will mean is that center or the middle one will be your
Your
highest
left, and
volume.
that'll be your highest volume.
Sure.
Because your northernmost one, you can only turn right.
So then it's the same boat of people turning left across multiple lanes.
I'm saying it right now, it's
Well, there's no
not,
traffic
it's,
coming.
And no.
it's allowing for
and no-
left out,
and
but
no
you could limit it to
semi-truck
be
turning.
entrance only if you want.
From that center one. I
Potentially.
mean, I don't know where a semi truck would be going.
It's coming out that middle.
Sort of it being like a
Yeah.
delivery truck that's.
They
heading-
should be going right.
Yeah, unless they're heading south
Yeah,
to
they should be
actually
going
go
north, yeah.
somewhere
But
in the
for
neighborhood.
residents that live behind.
Well,
Right.
If I have if I'm a resident
why we
of a
wanna-
trailer, I
Yeah,
fill up,
you'll go left.
and then I'll have to go left back up. Yeah.
That's right.
When it comes to signage on that southern entrance, because we want it to be an entrance only, there's also that crosswalk that was designated right there, and I believe it's on the southernmost portion. Is there a way to get lighted flashing like crosswalk signs? Just because I know we're gonna have if that's a possibility, a condition
That
to be
a
placed
city
on
can?
it to have cited, flashing, very well marked, delineated crosswalks, because the concern is that's right as you come around that curve. And in the winter, that gets really icy.
I don't know if he can
So-
control the other side though. He can do one side.
One
I was-
side of it.
I'm actually recommending
That's
that,
true. That's true.
Yeah, that's
Do we
Brandon.
have to have it on
Yeah.
both sides, or is having it on one side sufficient?
Last time we were here, they had mentioned, I think Lance had mentioned talking with the school district. Is that still the
No.
case?
It doesn't even get a hold.
Okay.
That's my other
Okay.
thought, is have we had that conversation now? Okay. I'm gonna give two quick ones while you guys sit and deliberate. On page 9 of 46, I just need to have it noted that the business size for the building is actually 5,000 square feet, 5,023, not 2,023. I think it's just a typo, but I just want to have that updated in the packet,
Catch.
so it's correct size. And then the other thing for the fencing material, I know in the packet it says a wood fence. I thought we had talked about a 6-foot masonry. I just
Oh, yeah.
want to put that out there. I want a 6-foot masonry fence because I think that will help buffer some of the negative elements and impacts.
Yeah, I'm all for anything fencing wise that helps mitigate any of the concerns that we can, for sure.
Okay. And I'm fully in support of that additional screening, mature trees, bushes to be
Yes.
placed along that southern entrance. That was actually one of the things I put. That's a condition we can place on it.
Yeah, and if we could, Mr. Hymas, do you know what the percentage of this property that is landscape right now?
The total percentage?
it's
Yeah.
like 50%.
It's a lot. We have so much of the property that is associated.
Could you
with-
come up to the mic, please? Sorry, thanks. No, you're good.
We have so much of the property that's associated with the pipeline easements
Oh,
that are
that's
in
about
place
it.
there. And so with that in conjunction with the remainder of the site, yeah, we're probably pushing 40-50% overall.
Wow. And to that point, this only requires you to go to 15% and could go down to 10.
Mhm.
I think that's really speaking well of the development that you are looking at putting so much landscaping on the property.
Yeah.
Like I just need to recognize that that's a lot of landscape.
I appreciate that. And as mentioned as well, we are totally open to adding additional trees. If you guys find that that's going to help with screening measures. So we've put a landscaping plan out there, but we're amenable to working with you guys in whatever way that you guys see is going to work best to help this fit in. So
Not working.
thank you.
I have a question along with that. Do we have the storm drainage, the stormwater quality reports, and all of the things relating to backup that's satisfactory in terms of how it's been presented?
We have preliminary.
Preliminary,
Yes.
but we'll have the final before it goes.
They will need to provide all of that, yes.
Okay.
I am in favor of more trees for screening.
Yeah, I don't think we can ever go.
And I leaned a little.
Well, support them and definitely do ones that.
Yeah,
have
they'll
strong-
still end up, at some point, they'll be a little lean. So I think then, I mean, if somebody's ready to make a motion.
Let's figure the sign. You guys have.
Yeah, I was gonna say somebody like recommending that as I think we got the sign, the fence.
I have one more thing.
And the trees.
I kind of want to put a limit on the conditional use permit that if it hasn't, and I wrote it down. So if the development has not commenced within whatever time frame is appropriate, and I don't know for commercial development what that is, that at that point, with an extension up to, again, whatever appropriate time frame for months fits, that where did it go? The CUP expires. So we're putting conditions on this, but if we don't get development started and going within a certain time frame, that's reasonable,
What's the
that it expires.
timeframe for commercial?
I think in the conditional use permit itself, it's 18 months.
That's what
Is that what it
It
does?
expires automatically.
Okay.
That's what I thought.
Part of
Yeah,
the-
because we went over this in code, I think, not too long ago.
Okay.
So can we talk about the sign location really quick?
Yeah.
Just really quick, Mavericks is 75 feet tall.
Oh,
Big
that's
one.
75.
And this one's gonna be
And the
60.
short ones.
Yeah, I think it's unnecessarily.
And is it
tall,
two
so-
colors? for the sign, red and white, correct? The sign
Where's the
is
picture?
2 colors, red and
Yeah,
white.
we saw
Yeah.
that earlier.
If you'll scroll to the picture.
Yep. And it doesn't flash,
It's not
just a solid.
Solid.
Okay.
And the prices aren't gonna be flashing two different prices or anything too?
No, there's a gas and a diesel.
But it won't, like, I mean,
Yeah,
Maverick
so
does
that-
their nitro price and then
We don't have.
you're not doing that. So it'll just be one solid. Okay.
Yeah.
I just think that,
So-
I
on our-
personally. think
our
it's
base
so.
signs, we do our highest volume fuels.
Okay.
So we'll do unleaded and diesel.
And that'll be it.
And that'll be it.
Perfect.
Yeah. And then on the monument sign, it will have unleaded, mid-grade premium.
Okay, yeah.
And then diesel at the bottom.
Yeah, okay.
So really quick, what's up on the screen here? That's the landscape plan or, okay.
I mean, because that looks like that's all, those are all trees, or is that just bushes?
It's a combination.
That's just a combination.
It looks, maybe if you could go through the landscape plan with us just real quick. Because it looks like I see 3 trees.
Oh.
And the rest look like bushes.
Yeah, we are currently proposing a lot of shrubs through there. A lot of that's been at the direction of the oil pipeline company. But again, as we mentioned, we're happy to look at opportunities to add additional trees for
They just
screening
on the
purposes.
south end.
Yeah, I mean, anywhere where we can fit those in, we're currently in dialogue with both of the 2 oil
Okay.
pipeline companies to come to an agreement on what is appropriate there and what they will allow within their easement areas. And
So do we know what you want to do on the pipeline, that bigger side? What is this? Oh, yeah.
The northbound
The northbound.
I
or
don't-
north side.
You don't know yet.
That symbol is to be determined.
To a degree, but the areas that we could fill in, we did. As shown, it's a lot of xeriscaping. I think one thing to point out is that this area doesn't have secondary water services. So at the direction of working with staff, we have tried to limit the amount of water that's going to be utilized since it'll be coming off of a culinary city system. So it is a lot of xeriscaping, low water usage plants, shrubs. But again, we're happy to identify key areas for trees that would do well in the screening effort to try to work with the community.
I think, I mean, that island that's next to the commercial fuel, the truck fuel island there.
Mhm.
I mean, that's where I would recommend some trees going, just because that's closer to where the residential.
Yeah, some sound buffering, potentially even with them.
Yeah, that
light.
south corner as well as that island.
Yeah.
And I think that would be a feasible location.
Yeah, okay.
So we will take that in consideration and.
Yeah, I guess
work
I'd
with
just say, I
staff.
mean, I don't know whoever wants to propose it, but like, I guess with the trees, like as much as we can,
Put in there.
just as, I get that you're also limited by pipeline stuff too, so like, I think if it can just be that as much as we can do on the south end, obviously within the guidance that you're gonna be limited to based on whatever they come back and tell you as well.
Are we keeping the bike lanes too, that it currently exists on 2700? Are those? Is that?
There aren't
spacing?
any bike lanes on 2700.
Was
No.
coming out
No.
of Morty's?
That I've noticed.
No, I mean, there's a white stripe
Just a-
for a,
just a-
for a shoulder, but it's not a designated bike,
Okay, so not a
bike lane, no.
Just checking.
That's not you in the spandex, the road bike going down that.
If you ever see me on a bike, you better run. Does it mean something's coming?
And then
That
sign,
is not my activity of choice.
you want to talk about sign, so sign location, like
Yeah.
pointing where we're talking on the southern end?
Yeah, I got mixed signals on where the best spot was, because we had,
Farthest, as far south as you can go.
Yeah,
Okay.
which is gonna be just limited by setbacks on all 3 sides, potentially, right?
Well, what do you mean setbacks? Like the sign, the pole can go right against the property line.
Oh, it can.
Yeah.
Because they all look like they're, where is it?
yeah, this one right
A
here.
little bit set inside.
Yeah, I was leaning towards option 1 for the whole thing originally, but
Mainly because I thought it would be better to get it as far away from the residences as possible, but I will admit, I'm gonna listen to who's gonna be the most impacted by it, and right now, there's 2 2 houses.
Yeah, because I would say either there or, I mean, can it not go any further
South.
north?
Oh, north. Oh, I thought
What was
had
that
you
region?
recommended.
Oh, you
the farthest
recommended for
south?
the south. I know that.
Sightline.
South, we'll be on the side of the house. So I wouldn't really necessarily see it.
Okay.
Sure.
Right.
And if the light is, in line with the highway, it won't be an issue, unlike the Maverick where it's in line with my windows.
Sure. Yeah.
So so we wanted to just make that as another
Condition.
condition then.
Yeah.
Yep.
All the way south and then,
And again, this is nothing to you guys, but if we go all the way south, there's other houses. I don't want to save one and then.
yeah,
Have 12
because you
others.
got,
Okay.
you get, and then
my
you're getting
concern.
closer to the.
Well, but you
the
got the
town-
canal,
Townhomes.
the townhomes, you've got the
Some of those
lofts.
houses are pretty buried back in the trees right there too. So I don't know.
What
what's the
trees?
difference anyway.
With the
Chad,
green
there's no
option,
trees.
That's not green.
The trees have all been taken
with the
down on
green option,
2700.
No,
No more trees.
The house is
8 or
on the
10-foot dumpster
west side of the road.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like
So,
buried back.
I mean, it
Oh.
shields the bottom of it. I know that doesn't shield the
East side?
How
top of it, but
what's the diesel? Canopy? Even though,
Like 22.
Yeah, the houses are like
because that will block it too.
buried back in their
I
own.
think it's on the
trees.
elevations in the packet.
Okay.
There's
That,
no
that's
houses,
block
there's
it.
no houses on. the
Yeah, that would
street
also
there.
assist in the block. That's
Yeah.
why
yeah.
we thought originally the green would be
Right.
the best location, but I mean, we are willing to do in efforts to be a good neighbor. We want to do
Right.
whatever helps.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, the proposed spots here, it appears that they are, behind places of the property that are already,
So you're saying that the canopy or those dumpsters are gonna be as high as the sign?
no, not as
Then I'm
high.
still gonna see it, right?
Okay.
If it's not as high as the sign,
Uh-huh.
still gonna see the light.
Yeah, no,
Don't care about the rest.
yeah, absolutely.
Well,
I mean,
the light part is shining
North
parallel.
and
to-
south.
Not from the angle where I keep doing.
I guess I don't know.
Yeah,
where I live. I'm sorry.
Come over and find it
Okay.
here. Take a look.
Are we picking the sign location right now? Is that?
Yeah,
what
we
we
a
have?
condition.
We have to do it now.
Yeah, it's a condition. Any more questions for me?
No.
Okay.
yeah, no, thank you.
Okay.
So, I mean, just to summarize what I just heard, just saying it back. The sign being 65 feet or 60 feet high, it is, significantly higher than the other elements of the property.
Yeah.
And so that light isn't necessarily being hidden from, anything that's on the other side of the road.
Yeah. And then roughly 15 feet lower than Mavericks.
Are we dark sky compliant
No.
with the
Yes.
lighting on it? Thank you.
Yes,
That's,
all the lighting is dark sky compliant.
that's fantastic.
What?
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That is fantastic.
To answer your question about the diesel canopy, it is 25 feet, 6 inches. So
Okay.
that is how tall.
That's the
diesel
clear
canopy
height or
is. Thank
the
you.
top
That
deck?
is the top of the canopy.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then,
Which is good because you
So-
guys could have gone 35 feet. So thank you for not. Brandon, did all of your engineering notes get addressed or at least are in progress?
Yeah,
Okay. Just want to make sure.
I mean, they still have work to do, but for
Preliminary.
what's being presented for you,
Yep.
conditional use and site plan, yes.
then if somebody, is there anybody ready to attempt to?
Well, I haven't heard from any of you guys on where that sign ought to be.
For me, it's for general location.
Okay.
Yeah. I want what's,
The green one?
I have no skin in this game. So it's wherever it makes the most sense for those most impacted by it.
That was a logical answer.
And I mean, if that covers 25, that's roughly, I mean, just the distance. I know. It almost. Yeah. I'm towards the green.
You want 3
No,
or 1?
I think 1, just based on the height of everything else and the lowness. Can it be any lower than 60 feet? What would that affect? I mean, just a quick question.
So.
I mean,
we
you do
would
this
just
more than
take
we
it
do.
From the highway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what it would affect.
Okay.
At 100 feet, you can see it
From a mile
from the
away.
moon.
Right,
At
right.
60 feet, you can see it from a couple miles on
Okay.
either side, coming either direction. It's mainly for visibility. so
And I know
you can
that
draw.
you got the people across the street. I'm just gonna bring this up one more time with the lighting on that. And I get that it's a solid sign.
Just make sure you speak in the mouth. I mean, the speaker. Some people can't hear us.
Oh, but I mean, if it was split and angled out towards the roads, that makes sense. So instead of like having the light be this way, that it's going that way. I mean, it affects the other side of the highway potentially some too, but it would decrease some of the light going into any of the neighborhoods on the west, though. I don't know if that's
Can you
a
set them on an
possibility.
angle?
That's right. Well, it would, it'd
We
be
have never-
essentially like 2 signs.
Yeah, we have not done that. in
Yeah,
the
I
past.
just-
I don't know
yeah.
that we have a design for that.
Okay.
But the way it's set up right now, it is, I mean, the
Yeah,
light will
just-
travel
just
on
straight.
parallel on our property line.
Right.
So I don't know where the neighbors are in relation.
But you don't have lights that come out the sides of the sign, correct?
No.
So I think where Commissioner Scholl is going is if it's set on an angle, if, you know, the neighboring properties are looking down, they're seeing the edge of the sign that doesn't have any lights. The lights are just going this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's possible.
I'm just inventing my own idea of what signs should be
That's okay.
right now.
Right now.
Yeah, I've never seen one in our inventory that has a split like that. I don't know if that's possible, but
It's only 4 feet, 6 inches versus 14 feet. I'm reading that right.
And then as far as brightness of the sign, I mean, can we just, I mean, somebody who can speak in lighting terms, like, I mean, how do we decide how dim it can be to still be beneficial to you and beneficial to us? I mean, is that,
I don't know that. I don't know where you would come up with those numbers.
I don't know. That's, yeah. Again, I'm inventing signs and other things.
so if you look at our photometric plan in your packet as well, we are at 0 foot candles at our property line.
Mhm.
So that would mean the light doesn't really travel beyond our property line.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
That's
the
how that
one you have
reads.
to
Yeah.
zoom in to actually see the numbers.
Yeah.
All these
That's
little
right.
dots.
With all the little,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's
When
what
we did general
technically
RV, I remember
demonstrating,
those. Okay.
You know, what the light flood looks like.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
And,
you.
and the way we measure that is we actually have one in my office, a foot candle meter. And
Oh.
you stand, obviously there's light pollution from everything nowadays. So it's very hard to get exact 0 unless you're in a dark room.
Okay.
But you stand there and you hold it up and then it'll gauge.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's, yeah, she pulled it up.
So every single one of those spots has been measured.
Yeah, that is part of our engineering process.
Yeah.
So that is based on the lights that we're going to be installing on the site.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does anybody have issues with the 2 monument sign locations as noted? Because there's the one in the island to the north
So,
of the middle entrance, and then there's one that's on the northeast
so
boundary.
there was a recommendation that the one on 2700 be removed. And they said they're okay with that.
So
Is-
removing that one.
Yeah,
You have to make
Yeah.
that
And I was,
official.
I was supportive of that for
Yeah.
sure.
And I see that you're writing all these conditions down.
Damn.
So that,
So we've got to keep track.
yeah.
And then obviously some of the road stuff is not really super overly relevant. And I mean, other than them being willing to do the one-way thing or ensure that it's that, even though it's implied that that's what was going to be happening with it. And then some of the other stuff I think is not outside of that,
Yeah.
outside of them. This would be, the road conversation is going to be a conversation between us regardless of what.
Well, I think
business
it's,
is
I mean,
going on.
it's a discussion here because it's happening or not. And that's where, you know.
Sure.
could we get signage? I guess you had me think about something because I know we've asked about for the crosswalk, at least on Quick Trip side. But could we also get signage at the very southernmost tip that says no truck access to try to prevent people from thinking, oh, I can just keep going this way and get onto or onto Highway 89, or oh, things are backed up. Like, is that something that we can ask? Or is that more of a city? Don't give me that
I'm
look.
not sure what you want.
I know, I'm trying.
No,
He's asking if you
like,
could put a sign on the south
No
side.
trucks past this point.
Yeah.
no, I guess that, but would that impact moving trucks or?
Yeah, no trucks.
That
might-
could get confusing.
If that's close to the
That's
entrance where the
true.
trucks are supposed to
I
go
think
in.
if
then-
they're
No
willing-
highway access? I don't know what the sign would be to like, because we have had that happen before where people drive up 2700 East thinking that they can get onto 89 when 89 is backed up.
That's
and
what
they
you're
are directly
saying.
into neighborhoods. So
You're just saying that if you continue
no
beyond,
highway access or no highway access or something. Just in case you get somebody that like, I don't want to turn left here because everything's backed up. I'm gonna go straight, see what I can, because at that point you're in residential neighborhoods. You have no way to turn around.
Yeah,
once
I
you're in
think
those
that's a city
residential
sign
neighborhoods.
issue if
That's
we
city
need to put
signage?
in there. Yeah,
Okay.
because this,
Okay.
I mean, I don't think that's Quick Trip's responsibility.
Okay.
yeah, I think that if they're willing to do what they're going to do with that southern entrance, if you keep sidebars down, please. Excuse me. Then I feel like that's sufficient I think they're being more than they probably need to do working with us on some of these things. So,
yeah,
in my opinion.
I don't time for public comment is.
Yeah,
I just found out, but I need to bring up something according to this issue where you're talking.
It's
GPS, when they closed
yeah, it's not the time to talk about it. Sorry, sir. Yeah, the time's passed for it though. We can bring it up with city staff or something after or something like that for something. Yeah, right. It's not the time though, right now. Sorry. Then if we're ready, anybody? Yeah, you've been writing down the most.
I
think you got
have.
them all.
Do you want me to start? I'll try to capture them all.
You want
Yeah.
to just kind of review it first?
Because we got the sign.
I need to know what sign location, because I think we are split between two different ones.
Well, I think you make a motion based on what one.
Well,
I
you know,
told you I
and
have
that's
skin.
discussion, right?
Yeah.
Let's.
Yeah, we
finish
can
the
discuss,
discussion.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I mean, I'm okay with the location behind the dumpsters where it was recommended.
Yeah. That's
So number
fine.
3.
No, I think that was one.
I think it's number 1.
Yeah,
And just
it's one.
talking about them, green is 1, 2 is red, black is 3,
Correct.
Yes.
based on the diagram.
Yes, that's
To keep it
correct.
straight.
Yep.
What wasn't the request though to actually move it farther south than the black one?
That was.
So that,
Number 3,
in my mind, should also be an option.
number 4.
Yeah, that's an option.
The furthest south.
The 4 that's not on there is an option too, if anybody.
Well, and if, you know, I'd like to explain my reasoning for, you know,
Option 1.
option 1. It's because, you know, we have a lot of residents that are, you know, south of this property.
Sure.
And by placing it as far south as possible, you're taking that sign as close to all of those residents as you possibly can.
Agreed.
Where it is now, it's the furthest away from all residents. And that I feel like that decision benefits or penalizes everybody equally,
Yeah.
or as more equally as possible. And that's my reasoning for choosing 1.
Yeah, and mine and then with the light, whatever, the measurement.
The lumen.
The lumen
count.
There we go.
Yeah.
The candle. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. That I feel like they're working the best they can to keep that as dim as possible.
Well, the
But
night
if you
sky
put it-
compliant.
Putting it the furthest north allows it to fade out as much as possible going
Yeah,
south.
it's not flashing.
And there's no flashing, so and it's not switching prices.
And I'll just to that, the further north that you place it, hopefully the buffer, the landscaping with the trees will create and grow up tall enough so that visually
Yeah.
it might even block that sign,
Even with, and then with the trees added on the south
the
end as
south
well.
entrance.
Right.
And then also, was there, and I wasn't here last week for that, is there, or last month, was there any planned idea to recommend it to moving further north?
No, it was like it read, I think.
Okay.
Before. Or actually, I think where the read is now.
Yeah, it would.
Okay, so we've gone further north. That was, okay, perfect. I'm trying to remember all the notes that I read. Okay. So yeah, I agree with you on that. That's the same reason I feel that. I feel like if they're working with us on the brightness of it, and if they decide to invent the sign that I recommended, then that also helps. So
Do you want to take that as a sidebar?
maybe we might be onto something. I'm just saying. And then, yeah. So the sign.
Do you want to go through the list?
Mm-hmm. So what I'm doing right now,
Okay.
but keep talking.
Don't quit your day job.
I mean, I
So
don't
we have
know.
the sign placement, we have the landscape buffer on
At
the south
yeah,
entrance.
as many trees as possible, with the caveat that we are also, it's not fully up to them.
Mhm.
So, and I feel like they're willing to do whatever they can do to make it as best that they can with the limitations that may be put on them.
Yeah, I mean, you could maybe specify with a priority to, place the trees on the property closest to the residential area.
Yep, and with placement to try to block
Yeah, for screening.
screening.
Yeah. You could almost just say, you don't even, like, if it's, cost and moving things like that, we don't even need some of the ones down on the north end, short of you just wanting them there. I would say, yeah, all trees should be focused on the residential.
Between the
area,
residential and the
for
property.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
The entrance being one way,
South entrance.
the south entrance, yeah.
Yeah.
Not all the entrances, that'd be weird.
You're stuck forever.
Hotel California.
And potentially this is a good test too for the city and everybody. And, maybe it proves to work well enough that we can come up with something else and avoid the need for a roundabout, or by then some other option comes up of some sort too. So.
Anything about the bus stop? We
Yeah, I think that's.
Is that just a conversation?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's,
yeah, I don't
that's-
think
that
that
would be
condition-
something we can bring up.
Yeah.
And I think you've already tried to get a hold and no luck. So we'll keep working on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yet.
Masonry wall for fencing.
Yep.
Can you please designate on exactly where on the fence?
Everywhere.
On the, on what sides? I
So
guess, just
right
to be
I
now-
don't
clear.
think, because I don't know if we care about the north north end.
Can we fence that in though with the easements for the gas and the, please?
Let's see.
So I don't think we can. I think the fence that exists today is.
Has to
Oh,
stay.
we did this with.
Yeah,
with
that
the-
has to
with the
stay.
dermatology and young.
But we can do a masonry fence along the eastern border. And then we're not really gonna have fencing along
What is the
2700
current
east.
What do you,
It's
what's
chain
the-
link.
Chain link.
It's all chain link.
It's all chain link right now, but we typically put in a wood slat.
I would recommend something that blocks the sand wind.
Well, and my concern with wood is that area gets pretty significant wind and you are constantly gonna be repairing and replacing. and
It'll
reposting.
degrade.
That's why I wanna do,
So I'm
and
from-
sandblasting.
I'm from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And and the wind blows a lot there, and
Oh, yeah.
and we do wood slat fences there, and
Yeah,
they're
the wood's gonna be better than vinyl.
it's going to be a well constructed fence, and they're double slats, so there is the wind can pass through without.
Do you guys
Yeah.
typically have a pretty good maintenance plan to?
Yeah, so we have a facility support department
Okay.
that comes around. Every time something's broken, store team members put in a call. Facility support's on site depending upon level of call. So if it's a high
Okay.
level of service, they'll be out immediately. If it's on a lower level of service, then they'll be out in the next week or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then like regular staining, keeping up on it so it doesn't fall
Yeah,
apart.
yeah. We
That's-
usually typically paint when needed.
Okay.
Painting plan depends on in Arizona, we do it every year.
Okay.
In Tulsa, we do it.
Is it a
every 3
dark
years.
stain or is it
Yeah.
a light stain?
It's a brown.
And I looked up a bunch of your stuff. I mean, it looks like most of their proproperties are
Okay.
really well maintained. From what all my looking that I
Yeah,
did, so.
that's what we pride ourselves on.
Yeah.
We pride ourselves on being, if you stand at the corner, you look at our site and
Yeah.
go, wow.
Okay.
That's
So
what we
I'm
try to aim for.
I'm
And-
personally good
Masonry,
either
anything
way.
you wanna
I'm
support.
personally fine either way. I mean, I'll support whatever
Okay.
your vote is on that. but-
And to expand upon
Brad, what do
the
you-
maintaining of our sites, every store goes through a process of what we call secret hopper.
Oh,
We
I
have an
saw that,
anonymous
yeah.
person come in and grade the site once a month.
Oh,
And then that grade is then sent to their supervisor. And if it's not maintained correctly, then they will go in and.
oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Heads will roll.
Yeah,
So
I like that.
It'll be fixed.
I like that. Okay.
Do you want to come back on that one, or do you guys feel like you know what you want?
I don't have a
I
preference.
have no overwhelming preference either.
I would if like their other sites didn't look maintained, but
Okay.
I mean, when I went through their website and went through and looked at a bunch of stuff, and there wasn't one that doesn't look like that's not
What's going
maintained.
on?
Like I feel like they do a great job.
Is there a
So I
huge
don't have
cost
a
impact if you do a masonry wall versus the wood?
preference. I would think so.
I figured there was. Okay. Yeah.
So I'd be good.
Not that much.
I'd be good on. yeah,
Okay,
I'd-
I'll take that one off
Okay.
because I think what they proposed was wood fencing.
Yeah.
But do we need to specify, is it wood fencing along the same boundaries that we were talking about?
Yeah, it's just on the same
Nothing's
ones
changing.
because they're.
So we don't need
yeah,
that as a
because they don't
condition.
control two of those sides, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So
Engineering reports, just providing the final reports prior to,
yes.
what is it prior to?
So there are some things that need to happen before city council, and then there
Is
are
it
other,
city council or is it final approval?
it'd be, the city council is final approval.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just put city council. Will this be going in this next month to city council, or will it be going this month to their meeting?
It would be
Next
next
month.
month, yes.
Okay.
Assuming that they get their, the things done that they need to.
March meeting. Okay.
That'd be the soonest they could go.
CUP expiring, or is that already in code?
That's already in code. Yeah, it's automatic.
I think that was everything I had.
Do we miss anything? I think that was everything we've been discussing.
I mean, are we talking about the 5 lanes versus the 4 lanes, or just going with what's proposed?
Yeah, I don't think that's
In
in
the
my
video.
opinion, I don't see that as a quick trip
No, it's not.
issue. So
Okay.
I don't think that's.
Do we
relevant.
need to, and sorry, appreciate everybody for hanging in there. This is not usually how late our meetings go. The crosswalk at South Weaver Drive and any concerns, signals? Again, they can only impact what's on their side of it. It's up to the city or Maverick to maybe be reached out to for something that's on their side of things.
Okay, because that's not. Oh, because
There's two crosswalks.
There's a crosswalk here on the south side.
Yeah.
Okay, who's,
That's on the plan right there.
okay.
Yeah, I see it.
Is that on Quick Trip or is that on the city?
That's on conjunction.
That's it. That one's in conjunction. That's happening.
Which one?
The crosswalks.
Reference the page.
Right, there's
Both ends.
What's up, right?
Well, the one on the north end at the signal is their responsibility, because with the sidewalk going on the east side, now you have to have a way
Okay.
for them to cross.
And
The
that's already
surface
happening.
is at the signal.
So that's already on the plans. It's not something.
It
we
is
can
on the
add
plans.
additional.
Yeah.
Nope, it's
Then we
already on
don't
the
have to do
plans. Yep.
Okay, I have 4.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything else?
Nope.
Let it rip.
I'm ready for it.
Jesus. no pressure. Sorry. Okay, so I move to recommend approval to the city council of the Quick Trip CUP and commercial site plan with the following conditions. that appropriate verbiage?
Mhm.
First, that the sign placement for the not monument, what's the other one? The post sign, pole sign.
Yeah, pole sign.
Go with option number 1 as designated in the packet, right behind the garbage, I believe, areas. With the condition, oh, and also the removal, sorry, this is for the first condition, the removal of the middle entrance monument sign as noted on the plans. So that's condition number 1. Condition number 2 is that the landscape buffer, specifically around the south entrance, be improved to include additional trees, as many as possible, closest to the residential areas, to provide a sufficient visual buffer to the diesel canopy and the pole sign. That's more for placement. Condition number 3, that the south entrance be designated with appropriate signage to be entrance only. And then, I guess with that one, can we also ask for the crosswalk lighted signage to be placed at the crosswalk on that south entrance? Does that need to be a separate condition?
Yeah, because that would have to be, that sign.
I think the sign,
It's not on there.
I think the signage for that would be the city's
Yeah,
responsibility.
that's what I would.
At that crosswalk?
Yeah.
They just need to paint the lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think the detail of how that functions, we still need to work out, but
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be on us.
I think that should be on, it's on their side only. We're gonna have to cover the other side.
Yeah, but city has, they have to be, we have to be in agreement on it.
Am I pulling that as a condition? Okay,
Yeah.
pull that portion of the condition out. So just do the south entrance to Quick Trip being designated as entrance only. That's the full condition.
Okay.
Are you good, Michelle? Okay. And then next is to provide the final reports prior to the city council March meeting. And those are all the conditions. The final engineering reports to city council by their March meeting. On engineering reports. I don't go to sleep.
I don't know. I think it's review memo number 2.
And can I get a second?
I'll second that motion.
And there was 4 total?
Correct.
Okay,
And
roll call.
roll call?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I'm a yes.
No, you're good. You're good.
Four, one.
You good? Okay. All right. Now moving to item number 6, can I, public hearing, we'll do the public hearing first, then we'll hear from you, Lance. Is that how we'll do it?
The action
I
item goes
usually do a
better.
summary and then
Or 7? Or do you want to do the summary first? Yes, please do.
I think just cover it really quick. So this is a rezone request. It's very similar to one we had for a couple of months back. That the previous request had RLM, RM, and RP.
Yeah.
The RP has been removed from this application, so it's a new application starting over. You can see the site plan there on the picture. There is some question about, well, from the time of the application, the area has shrunk by 4/10 of an acre. And as long as it's going down and it's less, we're okay with that. We don't need to re-advertise. The other question is that there may be, this is not a final plan, the concept plan, and there may be some changes to property ownership in a way that would remove additional property from the subdivision. So this is just a concept.
Yeah.
The point being that if the a portion of this property, if it's all rezoned to, and we're talking about this south half, we go to RLM. If a portion of that is rezoned tonight, it does not necessarily mean that it would be developed. It could stay agricultural use. It would be grandfathered in as it is today, and it wouldn't have to change. But if we remove it from the application, then they'd have to come back in and go through the whole process again. So I think currently the applicant, and they can speak more clearly to this, but I believe they'd like to move forward with rezoning the entire property, but knowing that it doesn't all have to be developed at whatever density is. It could remain, portions could shift ownership and remain as they are. We have gotten a lot of concern, obviously, and you've seen it in the public comment and earlier tonight about the intersection at 925, and it's shifted. Their original plan, it was further to the east. UDOT came out and was quite adamant, not adamant. They require that access point line up with 925 east. And there's a lot of pros and cons to it. And I certainly have heard the public's concerns about the amount of traffic, and there's work that needs to be done to address increased traffic, pedestrian safety. But lining up the intersections would be the first step to make that a safer. If they were offset, I believe a lot of the traffic engineers, and Brandon can speak more to this if you'd like. It actually is going to increase the safety, would be the engineers, traffic engineers' point of view. Just putting that out there for you. So, yeah, any questions for me?
Let's say a UDOT, is it a mandate or just recommendation to kind of?
It's their road and they're not going to allow it to be anywhere else.
That's good to know. Yeah, that's great.
Which means, I guess, this might be, I don't know if this is a question for you right now, but which means adding an intersection or streetlights or anything right there would also be UDOT? Do we have any say in something like that?
Well,
do you want me to answer that?
I just want to say really first, the discussion tonight is, should we
Just
rezone this
to
property
rezone it.
from agricultural to RLM and RM?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
what's being decided tonight.
This is
There's
not
a lot
preliminary.
more work that needs to
Okay.
be done,
Which nothing's
and a
being
lot more
decided.
design that has to
Okay.
happen, and wind timing and all that kind of
Okay.
stuff needs to happen.
Perfect.
No, it-
Then I don't think you need to, I don't think there's anything that you need to talk on tonight, Brandon.
Okay.
I don't think it's relevant.
Okay.
Even though I tried to make it relevant, but now I'm unrelevanting it.
That's totally fine.
And if I could just say one more thing is, I mean, I've said what I've said about UDOT and the location and,
Yeah.
and all that. That does not mean we cannot hear from the public and their concerns, and we want to hear that. And
Okay.
I'm not saying it's a
Sure,
straight wall.
sure. Right.
We're here to
Yeah.
do what we can.
Understand.
Well, and, you know, I mean, just for the sake and benefit of anybody who is not familiar with the process, I just wanted to kind of go through that really quick. This right here is purely on the agenda tonight as a rezone, that after this process, the developer of the land, whoever it may be, whether it's the owner or somebody hired there, they need to go through the city staff and work through preliminary plat. That's the next step after that. Once they've ironed out all the details, then they come before the planning commission, and we review it for either recommendation or denial of approval. And then from preliminary plat it goes to final plat. And so there's a lot of steps before, you know, something that's presented on the screen looks the way it does. This is purely just the rezoning at this time.
Yeah.
Am I accurate in saying that?
Yes, thank you.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay. We good open?
Yeah, Joe just mentioned everyone's good. We don't need like a recess or anything.
I could
5 minute
probably
break.
take one real quick.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Can you just clarify, you're not going to talk about, like, there's 90% of us here, we're talking about that entrance, you're saying?
Yeah, the
We're not allowed to.
Yeah, the
Legally.
only thing,
Yeah.
the only thing on the, the only thing on the agenda tonight is just the rezone. Yeah.
Just a point of
clarification, the public is welcome to
Yeah,
give
you
you
can.
any
connect any
feedback that
opinion
they
you
want. If they're here,
But
We
the only
have a
thing that we're
public
deciding-
hearing.
and share.
You can tell us whatever you
Yeah.
want.
The only thing that we're deciding tonight, though, will be the reason. Yeah,
And- But the owners are here to.
but we can, I mean, this will be on several other agendas at some point. So the more we know and the more the applicant knows and the more the city knows at this point too, it will all be documented for the record going forward as well.
Or do we want to take a break for 5 minutes?
Can we take a quick recess first?
It's up to you guys.
Yeah,
but maybe-
we'll take a quick recess and we'll resume at 8:10.
8:10.
5 minutes.
Everybody press.
Take a little pee break.
Help us help. We heard that. Because you got the water from the herd on there. Yes. No, I have a plan. I don't know. Yeah, that's right. I know. Yeah. It looks great. Are you? Yeah. You'll get the water was across all the driveway. Based on that, we saw that to the east. Yeah. The only part that will seem to be impressed with is like bypass on that. Excellent. Just
We'll get started again.
You get to use the gavel, yeah.
I'm gonna use it again if people.
You're gonna have to use it some more, man.
Been 3 years.
Oh, is that working? Okay, we're gonna get started again. Just a reminder to keep the sidebars down and we'll try to get through this as quickly as we can. So we are gonna, if I can get a motion to open public hearing.
I'll motion to open public hearing for peak rezone.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And the mic is open.
Natalie Browning, 926 East, 7240 South. I've been here a couple planning commissions before, and tonight I didn't know we weren't going to address the road, but I want to still make my concerns known with the road. Thanks to all of you guys for holding tough tonight. It's a long night, but ever since I've heard about this road change, I've been more than worried about it. It's a lose-lose for every person. I don't see a pro about this road change. The loss for the safety of our citizens is probably our number one concern. Why are we moving a road a lot closer to a big curve? This makes it a ticking time bomb for a disaster. I've counted multiple times because we had a pumpkin patch this year, how long it takes for a car to come around that corner and you can see it there. It's less than 4 seconds. And now you're gonna make it a north-south connector. It's coming up a steep hill. It's just a recipe for disaster. Yesterday morning, I was coming up the road at 7:30 in the morning and there was a box truck turning on, making a right-hand turn onto 925 East. There was 2 cars coming out of 925 East. The road was so tight that the box truck couldn't make the turn there. Meanwhile, while I was waiting for them, I almost get rear-ended from a car coming around the corner because it can't see me there. When we stood out there this year doing the pumpkins, it's amazing. And I think it was addressed earlier how fast the cars drive through there. The reason there are only 2 north to south roads on all of South Weaver Drive is because those roads are made with line of sight in mind. There's a main road by the church on South Weaver Drive, and you can see this road from north to south, from coming from the north, you will not be able to see. To make it a connector is a recipe for disaster. The other problem with this road is 925 is narrow. It's a very narrow road. It's an old road. And it's going to be attached to a major connector. They cannot even line up the way they are now. And the other thing is the people on this road, they built their forever homes here. It was not a road on the general plan. We can't go back and say to them, oh yeah, you built this road and knowing that a general plan was coming. No, these people built their forever homes on a quiet dead end. And the traffic that they have seen now since it's opened up from the school has increased their traffic load immensely. Many of them can't even get out of the driveways. And like they said earlier, making around the corner, you can't even have 2 cars going at the same time. The other problem is the developer did his due diligence. He has everything in place for a road that's proven to be safe and effective. His family has moved tons of trucks in and out of there safely for years. Now he is going to be responsible for putting in a big, huge, winding, steep road across wetlands. We have a wetland right there that water comes out that we feed our cows with every day. It's going to be a major expense for them, which will then be passed on to the buyers, which will then be moved to the people that are trying to buy the homes, even though we're trying to make that more affordable. I, along with everybody, I think that was here for the road, urge you guys to push back on UDOT as much as we possibly can. This is not a safe intersection. We're out of room. And I think that a good idea, since there's going to be so much more developed in the future, is look for the east-west connections. As I look at it now, the Watt development wants to be developed. That's on the west, northwest side. That opens up a huge lane. Cook development, northwest into the east. There's a lot of signs. Thank you.
Thank you. Perfect. Thank you.
My name's Jenny Paul. I live at 7315 South 925 East. And I believe I just sent a letter through the public hearing website. So I just wanted to say, hope you got it. And those are my concerns.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. It came through.
Yes. So that one was yeah.
I'm Barbara Shoup and I live on 933 East, 925, whatever, on the road. I'm on the corner right there. We have a granddaughter that has to go across that highway, South Weaver Drive, every single morning to catch the bus to go to Sunset Junior High. I have watched her stand for 3 minutes watching the cars go by just so that she can cross, and it's dangerous. And I agree with everything Natalie said. It is a disaster trying for UDOT to come up that road that is only a 50-foot wide road. And I agree with everything that Natalie says. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You want to make a motion to close public comment or the public hearing?
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
And a second?
A second?
All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Here it is. So action item number 8, the peak rezone request at approximately 898 East, 7240 South, zone change from agricultural to RLM, residential low moderate density, and RM, residential moderate density zones. And the applicant is Corey Cap.
So we've already kind of approved this, and now it doesn't have tiny homes. I don't have any really issues.
Yeah.
The road is an issue. I understand that, but we're not.
Right,
discussing
yeah.
that, So.
I just have a quick clarification. So are the lots to the north, the residential low, moderate? Or residential, yeah, residential low, moderate?
RLM's on from the blue line in the middle.
Yep.
Yeah, it's on a better map.
And going east.
But yeah, it's basically the south half is RLM and the north half's RM.
Oh, you just listed them out.
Oh.
Okay, go back.
What's north and south?
Because we're only looking at, and correct me if I'm wrong, Cap Lane, that is part of the Cap development. So anything to the east of that road is not part of the peak rezone.
Correct.
Okay, so we're only really talking about those 2 sections.
Okay.
Is the left section closest to 89, the low moderate?
Yeah.
Or sorry, 84, thank you. Is 84, is that residential low moderate? Or is,
RM is closest to 84.
okay,
Okay.
so the RM is the 70 lots. If I'm counting those numbers
Yeah.
correctly.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm in agreement. I agree with you on that change from last time. If there's no other concerns,
I wish there was more residential low moderate.
Well, I always wish that, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Between the
it's-
two,
it's
that's
with the-
not that big of a difference.
Yeah, and it sits within
Split that
code and what it
70 and
needs
go a
to
little
do.
more.
I would keep it agricultural if I could just buy it for that. And I've said that on every one of
Have you
these.
asked for the price?
No.
You don't? It's
too high.
It's too high. So can I get somebody want to make a motion?
I'll move to recommend approval to the city council of the peak rezone request at approximately 898 East, 7240 South, zone change from agricultural to RLM and RM.
I'll second that motion.
And do we need to do roll call? Just all in favor. Yeah, roll call?
Roll call.
Go ahead.
Yes.
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 No, I am a yes, but I want UDOT here. I want UDOT to stand up here and tell us why they're putting this road, because I have heard, I've read everything. I'm not okay with where they're putting this road, and I want to hear the reasons why. And I want to tell them why they think that the citizens and safety is not of worth to them. Because that blind corner, I've been on it. I don't even live on that end of town, but I've driven that corner, and no.
Yeah.
So.
For a later date.
That's for a later date,
yeah.
though. Yeah, for sure. And I'm a yes as well. Yeah, and this is a reminder, the concerns on the road are all relevant, and I think everybody up here agrees with them. And when we get to a point where
Can address it.
we can address that, it'll be addressed with anything that we on this panel can do and our recommendations to city council, and staff. So yes, definitely heard and noted and all on the record for sure.
And can I just make another comment?
Yes, sir.
Also, as we kind of mentioned, we only recommend, this is all goes to city council. So comments, please go to the city council meetings for everything.
Yeah, 100%.
We only make recommendations for denial or approval or all that. So end of the day, it's.
Yeah, highly recommend doing both meetings.
Can I add to that? And if there's anything on any of the agenda items tonight that you don't feel were sufficiently conditioned or discussed, you absolutely have the right to take that to your elected officials, your city council members.
And now, actually, item 9, opening up to us for discussion, which we're already kind of doing. Is there anything from the commission?
I had a question on general plan updates and timing and when that's supposed to be taking place, because I
At some point.
think we're supposed to be in it.
Yeah,
We're starting it.
Yes, we had a work session and discussion with the city council at their last meeting and got the direction of they do not want to continue and do a full or an updated general plan to look at everything, that they would like to get together with the planning commission, have a work session in around June to discuss areas and portions of the general plan that we want to amend.
Awesome.
And have that discussion.
Will that be open to the public to attend if they want?
It's a public meeting, but it
Okay.
will not be a public participation. They can watch.
Okay.
Okay.
And I don't say that to be just
No.
to manage everybody's expectations.
It's just, yeah, it's just
you're not
what it
gonna get
is.
to weigh in there.
Yes.
You can send us letters. You can come talk to staff, let us know your concerns and what you want changed. That's what.
So
we're
if there's
doing.
an area or if there's a lot of land and zoning that you're not happy with as a citizen, that's your time to bring it to, I guess, the work session so that it can be discussed.
I would bring it to staff before that so we can be
Yes.
prepared to discuss it at the work session.
Yeah.
Because they can't bring it up.
They're not
during
going to
the
bring it up
session.
during the session.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you share why the city council decided not to do a full review or update?
I just feel like, well, I would summarize that they said that the changes that they might be considered, they didn't want to open the whole thing up and have everything discussed when really there's just a few areas that they want to look at.
Okay.
And feel strongly about that.
I agree.
If I could add, I was here at the last general plan.
Okay.
And it feels like
Do you still have PTSD?
I'm over it, I think.
You've had therapy?
I mean, I'm just saying
Krasinski,
there was a
forget it.
thorough review of the general plan back then. And so I think they're thinking, and I mean, the mayor's here so he could answer for himself, but what I'm understanding would be, are there major things about it that you think are broken?
Right.
That need major overhaul? Whatever you think really needs to change, then change it. But I feel like I've heard from citizens over and over and over, like, we worked really hard on that, so just stick with the general plan. So I think they're not feeling like it needs a major overhaul.
Yeah.
So
A targeted
Yeah.
discussion.
Yes.
Most sense to me.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
100%, yeah.
we are all on the same team. Everybody may not always feel the same about
Right.
things, but I mean, at least the way I feel is it's our job to do the best we can to try to plan for the future for the best interest of the community as a whole.
Yeah, 100%.
And you said that was going to be in June?
And I agree with that decision.
We're not sure on the date.
Yeah,
but
that's a fair,
June-ish.
that's a true statement. Yeah.
I don't have anything else to bring
Yeah.
up.
I just want to say thank you to the mayor for allowing me to serve for another term. And thank you for holding down the fort. I got married last meeting, so thank you for holding down the fort. Appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't tell us, he just didn't show up. He was getting married.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
It was a very private affair. Nobody got an invite.
And it looks like the mayor has something.
I was just going to reiterate that what Brandon said is exactly right, how the council feels. We feel we've got a great general plan. There's a lot of, everybody knows what went into the last time.
Two
We
surveys.
don't want to turn that upside down again.
I
We all
agree.
feel real good about it. There's a few things that need to be tweaked, and that's what we're gonna
Perfect.
look at. So
Awesome. Thank you.
Love it.
So that being said, there's nothing else? Can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion to close.
I second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Meeting adjourned.
Thank you.
I know, like.
This is the longest one. They usually